Everything you thought you knew about the music business is wrong. But how can it be that a talented person such as yourself is struggling to make money in this business, even without fans or fame, right? It's only because the image portrayed by the bigger artists for years is that you could make tons of money from selling music. But the reality is that money is made from music when you service creatives or the public at a high value level. So let me break it down. Currently, you're not making money, probably any money, and you're probably stuck on the make music and put it out and sell it and I should be good phase, right? This can be really frustrating, especially if you haven't played the game long enough to understand how it works. I understand your position with this, but if you can continue to go around in circles, I guarantee your music will cease to be an ambitious dream for you and slowly become the hobby that you left in the corner of your room. And if you're wondering why this isn't working for you, then let me tell you when I got a clue about this mysterious flip of the switch in the game that's got to happen in your mind. Because I figured out that the one thing people want in the business is success, true, yet they don't know how to get it. And that's clue number one. And if they did know how to get a bit of success, then they were able to make some money. That's clue number two. But now people love music, but there's so much of it that people are looking for that special song for the moment, and they will give you a pay rate of 0.0038 cents per stream. And that's clue number three. This is great and all, but I can't depend on that little bit amount of money to pay my rent. So where are the people who will pay more for my music? Where are those people that I can service? That was the aha moment. But wait, what about servicing other creatives? Where are they? That was aha moment number two. But what about the industry? Do you see where I'm going with this? Like, I'm starting to think about other ways that I can make more money, but it all clicked when I realized that artists or music creatives don't make money from music because it's a lost leader. It's a necessary catalyst to all of the big money in the music game, but I'm chasing the wrong thing. Yes, I need people to be aware of my talent, so I need them to consume my music, but I need to service the industry, the creatives, and the public with a high value music offering if I'm ever to stay afloat doing music. Are you seeing the picture here? All right, let's get into it. Creatives don't need you, right? They want to be you, or at least they want to pull a piece of you and integrate it into their creative fabric. So let them do this. Like, this is called information, and anybody who wants a leg up will pay a pretty penny for it. Think about it. That's why you're watching this channel right now. That's why if you want to build a fully functional record label for yourself, you're scouring my YouTube, maybe, but you're scouring the page to see if you can find more information to validate my product before you get it, right? And if you sell artists the skills and tools that you needed 5 years ago to level up to where you are right now while you're on your journey to the top, then you will begin to have income. Selling to this audience is probably the quickest way you can start making some money from your skills and talent in this business, okay? Now that was the first group. So let's talk about the second group that you have to sell to, because the music industry doesn't care about you more than they care about increasing either their top line revenue or meeting their bottom line revenue quota. There is no secret mystery to it. If you bring your talent or your company to a record company and you're already making money and you have a paying fan base already, and the record label sees how they can help you and you can be helped by the record label, then you're in the game. You see what I'm saying? If you make great music for TV and films and commercials, then you're helping the sync agent or that part of the industry. If you make great music for the clubs, then the club owner is always going to want you to walk through, get a bag, so you can help bring people out. Is this starting to click? But we gotta tackle the one thing that is misunderstood the most in the music game, and that is the public. Because this is probably where you're gonna put your attention first. We're talking about fans. I'm gonna sell a product to the fans because the people love your music and you may inspire them. Well, actually that's what you're gonna do, but love and inspiration is priceless. So how do you get paid? Well, people want experiences with music artists, and for this, they will pay a pretty penny. Of course, they can't pay you top dollar for streams, but they can pay you top dollar for a direct to consumer album, complete with pictures and documentary footage and explanation of songs. They can pay you for that, and they will be willing to pay for that. Or I want to put this on your mind. How about the live experiences with you and the band, or an intimate digital fan club experience with you and the band? You know what I'm saying? You see how this is making you some money now in the music industry? Like the music is just a catalyst to it all, because your talent has to be showcased first, right? Before anything else can happen. Once we do that, we're good. But if you make this mental mindset switch to service the creatives, the industry, and then the people with, get this, a high value product, then you'll never get stuck in the abyss of, oh, music doesn't make no money and I can't do it. And in the grand scheme of things, it never did. Just pull back the covers and you'll see. Nothing is new under the sun. The money is in the product. So now that you know this, the biggest mistake you can make is to go back to making music for the sake of getting it playlisted and rising to stardom from that standpoint. Like, oh, I'm going to make some money on some streams and I'm going to put it all on streaming. Now, I know clearly now in the D2C climate that we're climbing into, you can clearly see that that's not the case. But I want to remind you that that is a very selfish way to view the music game as a whole. Because when you focus on yourself instead of the people that you are servicing, then you'll never make any money. Again, this comes from years of only viewing the industry through TV and phones and not seeing the real magic behind the scenes. And this is how you and I develop the mindset of, if you make music, then it should sell itself and make money, right? Yeah, but that's a half truth. So you've got to do it in the way I express. Otherwise, you become a hobbyist. And I know you don't want to be that, because believe me, I was right there with you for nearly 13 years before I had to make a lifestyle change, and the epiphany slowly started to rise. And that's when I created this show. Now, I don't need a side hustle anymore. I'm good. I was working 3 jobs and creating music trying to do this show. It was crazy. But I realized how truly passionate I was about teaching everything that I knew all along. I just needed more people that would be willing to listen to me, right? And what I had to say. And so I was like, all right, well, let's do this. A friend of mine inspired me to say, you should start telling people online what you do behind the scenes. And then the show was born. But the biggest shift that's happening right now in the music industry, besides the direct to consumer war that's going on, is the war in your mind, the mindset shift you need to make. And I want to give you a warning, because you cannot unsee and you cannot unhear this video, which means if you don't make it somehow in this music industry after this point, it's because you chose to selfishly serve yourself and not one of these 3 consumer groups. Because if you serve one really well, then the others will start to pick up steam soon. It's inevitable. I've seen it happen so many times. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to jot down 3 products right now today that you will create, and I'm gonna help you out. So this is what you're gonna say. I will create and sell blank that is a high value product for creatives so I can XYZ. And then I want you to write down, I will create and sell blank that is a high value product for the industry so I can XYZ. And then I want you to say, I will create and sell blank that is a high value product for the public, which is your fans, so I can XYZ. Now, of course, these products got to make sense with what you're doing. You just don't want to create anything that you can think about. You know what I mean? Just, it's got to make sense with how you work and your work ethic and your creative style. But now you can own your future. Don't let somebody tell you what to do with your talent, because at the end of the day, all 3 of these consumer groups only want the best version of you. They don't care about all that other stuff and all that other sensitive stuff you're talking about. When people bring money to the table, if they're not making an impulse buy, everything is logical. They want the best version of you. So let me give you my whole modus operandi, my mantra, if you will, or at least my new one. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep guessing and hoping things will change, or you can follow a system that's already working. The real question isn't should you do this, it's how much longer can you afford not to? Okay, take this advice, change your life. Change it, man. Now, when you set out on that path, I want you to take the tools beneath this video packaged in the 60-day record label course, because you're going to need a personal record label to handle all of the cash you're going to make and funding to help you get there. That's right, funding. I don't even have the card, but I supply you with low-cost funding. And you're going to need a system that will help you collect all of your music income, not just a song trust cop-out situation, okay? The link is in the description beneath this video. Click it today or grab my free stuff if you need more validation for some reason. I don't know, people just need it when I tell them that I got funding and they don't believe me, but it's there because my crew's been getting funding. But anyway, creating a product for these consumer groups, cultivating your talent, and finding the time isn't as big of a problem as you think it is, right? It's really you having a hard time shifting your mindset, getting over your analysis paralysis, and becoming committed to the process, right? It's a process. It's a process. I want you to understand the needs of these consumers so that you can provide for them successfully. Devise a small product offering that you can service one group with first, so you can ease the analysis paralysis, and then figure out a schedule that you can create to devote time to the process. Remember, even the biggest artists and industry players started small. I did, you will too, and then they built up from there. You can go hard or go home. I want you to do that, but I don't want you to go big and then go home, because that's not how growth works. You don't start out at the finish line and that's how you start at the starting point. That's not how it works, all right? So get some experience and then move from there. Because nearly 70% of you all watching this video will dig through the internet to find this information, but I promise you, you ain't gonna find it. It ain't there. This is experience-based information. Like, take this video as it is, do what you will with it, because if you continue your course, you will grow tired of the industry killing your motivating spirit just to force you into the hobbyist corner or out the door. So what's it gonna be, man? Come on now. What's it gonna be? Because at the end of the day, if you were struggling to make money from music, even if you have no fans or fame, this is the grand blueprint to make it happen. Because if you want to become a surviving and thriving artist instead of a struggling artist, this is what it takes. And you now have the means to transform into that. Music money makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com, jump into the 60-day record label course. Join me every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live in the Music Money Makers community. Join our master classes on the Music Money Makers community. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.